I'm good. I've been feeling sick. I've been coughing up a lot of blood, and my bones have just been pretty stiff. So I was wondering, I don't know if there's anything that could help.
Based off your symptoms, it seems like you have tuberculosis. There's a company called Hoffman La Roche that is developing a drug to treat it. Would you like to join the clinical trials?
Yes, please. I don't want to die.
Okay, here is the drug.
Thank
We
you.
will be closely monitoring you for a couple weeks and see how your symptoms change. Iproniazid is a non-selective, non-reversible monoamine oxidase inhibitor, or MAOI, developed by the company Hoffman La Roche. The drug was originally developed to help treat tuberculosis due to it being a derivative of a pre-existing drug called isoniazid. While the drug was being investigated in 1952, they found that iproniazid helped with tuberculosis but was less effective than isoniazid. They also reported that many patients had elevated mood and personality changes described as psychotic. The company continued looking into the antidepressant properties of the drug and released it marketed as the first antidepressant in 1958. The drug had a short-lived life on the market and was taken off in 1961 in the U.S. and 1963 in Canada due to it causing severe side effects such as the development of hepatitis. Iproniazid left a lasting impact on pharmaceutical development because it helped us better understand the biological factors behind depression. Scientists were able to link serotonin and norepinephrine to depression by understanding that if the monoamine oxidase enzyme is inhibited, the breakdown of serotonin and norepinephrine is stopped. This discovery allowed for advancements of antidepressants by leading to the creation of safer drugs such as SSRIs and SNRIs, which work by blocking the reuptake of serotonin and norepinephrine. SSRIs and SNRIs are widely prescribed and are the first line of treatment for depression and anxiety disorders.
There are many different pathways to synthesize iproniazid. The most common synthesis utilizes methyl isonicotinate as the precursor. This is reacted with hydrazine to produce isonicotinhydrazine. From this point, there are different pathways to synthesize iproniazid. The most used pathway uses ACME to form N'-propon-2-ildene isonicotinhydrazine. The CN and double bond is hydrolyzed in the presence of a platinum catalyst with water, alcohol, or acetic acid as a solvent. The second pathway involves isonicotinhydrazine reacting with either 2-bromopropane or 2-chloropropane in the presence of sodium chloride and ethyl alcohol. This results in an N-isopropyl addition to the hydrazine group, finally resulting in iproniazid.
Several months later.
Hello, Jose. How are you?
I'm good. A lot better than last time. The cough has kind of disappeared. There's no more blood, and I'm feeling a lot better. No more stiffness in my joints. I'm able to move. Pretty good.
Have you noticed any unusual side effects since your last visit?
Nothing bad. It's just I feel a lot happier. More joyous.
I've noticed something unusual in your appearance since you last came in. It looks like you have developed jaundice. We should run some tests to confirm if you have developed hepatitis from the drug. We're going to look into if the drug exhibits any antidepressant properties.
After oral administration, iproniazid is absorbed and transported to the liver, where it undergoes phase 1 metabolism by cystochrome P450 enzymes, particularly CYP-mediated oxidative cleavage. The key structural feature is the hydrogen functional group of NH-NH attached to the isopropyl part. First, iproniazid is metabolized into isoniazid-like intermediate and, more importantly, into isopropyl hydrogen. During the oxidative metabolism, electrons from the nitrogen atoms of the hydrogen group are transported into the heme iron center of the P450 enzymes. Molecular oxygen is reduced, and iproniazid is converted into reactive intermediate and the isopropyl hydrogen. Isopropyl hydrogen can undergo further oxidation to generate free radical species and diazide intermediate. These highly reactive species can donate or withdraw electrons unpredictably. Because they contain unpaired electrons, they seek stability by forming covalent bonds with the nearby molecules. Hence, they form covalent bond with the liver protein. To be particular, in hepatocytes, these reactive metabolite attacks nucleophilic sites on the protein, especially the SH groups on cysteine, forming protein adducts. When these covalent adducts form, normal liver proteins can lose their function. In addition, the radical species can abstract electrons from membrane lipids, initiating lipid peroxidation chain. In this process, one radical reaction generates one another, amplifying the oxidative damage across the hepatocyte membrane. The result is membrane disruption and ultimately hepatocellular necrosis. This is the molecular basis of iproniazid-induced the liver toxicity. Another major side effect is hypertensive crisis, results from the irreversible inhibition of monoamine oxidase, MAO, in the gut and liver. Under normal conditions, dietary tyramine is rapidly metabolized by MAO in the gut and liver. MAO oxidizes the tyramine through oxidative deamination. In this reaction, electrons from tyramine's amine group are transferred to the FAD cofactor inside MAO and ultimately to oxygen. These inactivates tyramine before it can enter the systemic circulation, which is why orally ingested tyramine normally has very low bioavailability. When someone takes iproniazid, this protected pathway is blocked. Iproniazid irreversibly inhibits MAO by forming a covalent bond with the FAD cofactor in the enzyme's active site. These prevent the normal electron transfer required for tyramine oxidation. As a result, tyramine is no longer broken down in the gut or liver and enters the bloodstream at elevated levels. Circulated tyramine is taken up into presynaptic sympathetic neurons through the norepinephrine transport or NET. Inside the neuron, tyramine displaces NE from a finite cytoplasmic pool, causing a sudden and non-regulated release of NE into the synapse. The excess NE binds to peripheral adrenergic receptors, leading to vasoconstriction, increased heart rate, and also a dangerous spike in the blood pressure. Because tyramine does not cross the blood-brain barrier, these effects are purely peripheral. Therefore, MAO inhibition removes the normal metabolic barrier to tyramine and directly cause the hypertensive crisis.